I often get asked by loved ones, like, what do you do all day? And having been sick this long, like, yeah, it is super surreal. Like, what do I do all day? It's mostly just managing symptoms. I do find it's helpful to create a relatable bridge through symptomology. So all of us have had a flu or a fever at some point, or some kind of food poisoning. Like, I on the daily have a fever, so there's that sluggish fatigue and ache with me pretty much all the time. I have a lot of digestive issues, so I'm on the toilet a lot, along with physical pain and limitation and with my mobility and muscle weakness. Obviously, for every chronically ill person, things are going to present differently. Food is an ongoing issue. I mean, food is a hot topic, whether you're managing an illness or not. Yeah, and finding the optimal relationship to nourishment on a physical and psychological level is kind of intensified when there's an illness, but I think we all can relate to that being a hot topic and an ongoing conversation. For me personally, one of my coping strategies is to get dressed every day if I can. Sometimes I can't, but it feels super important for me to stay in that semblance of feeling human and not just like I'm only managing symptoms, and that this illness doesn't define who I am. Things that would be like your normal day-to-day, taking a shower and doing the laundry and getting the groceries and then, going to meet a friend, like, have to be really managed energetically and chosen with care and discernment, because you only get one thing. So if it's laundry day, it's just that, it's laundry, and then the rest of the time it's laying around, or if there's an appointment with a doctor or some kind of treatment, like, that's it. And sometimes that's not even possible. Like this last week, I had a major neurological flare-up, like I hadn't in a long time, which really took me out for days. I think that the managing of energy in chronic illness is pretty much common across the board, and joining chronic illness communities is new to me, having been sick for about a year. Some people are sick since they're children, and I can see the benefit there of having common community, and there really is a lot of support and a relatable experience, but there can also be the pitfall of kind of identifying in the woundology and victim of it. So it's an interesting ongoing conversation, which is obviously going to be different for everybody. I really feel honored and privileged to have this window through social media to communicate, because this is a very isolating experience, and it's a funny conversation, funny as in odd, because it's new to me, what is being put out there on social media versus what is the inner experience. Like putting up a post of me like laying on a blanket with friends, and then getting comments like, oh, you look so well and you look so strong, and that's a frozen moment in time, and what isn't shown is like my friends having to help me walk to that blanket and lay there, and only being able to be in that exposure of the outdoors for about 15 minutes, and that also being the only thing that I can manage, and that there is an energetic exchange for that being a flare-up of symptoms. And that being said, somebody commenting like, you look good, it's nice to see you stronger, like, yeah, I hold that intention to be looking stronger and more well. It's just not the experience on the on the daily. And it really is just managing symptoms and seeking out little pieces of joy and what is the payoff. You know, for me, getting dressed is worth the energy it takes, and sometimes I can't do it. You know, getting out of the house every day, even if it's just a walk, is worth the payoff energetically, because otherwise to do what? You know, lay around only, which is a lot of what I do, is lay around. But everything does feel very precious, and anything can very easily wipe out what could have been a plan, you know? Like night terrors or really rough sleep means like 2 days of having a lot of functional problems. I know that the nourishment for the heart and soul of seeing friends, and like this past weekend being taken out of the city, if I can manage it, is huge for the wellness of my psyche. My presentation means that I can't focus, like writing things on a computer or in a book. I have only a few minutes of focused concentration, or trying to like make things and do a craft. I start to vortex out, and it causes like pain down the whole left side of my body, and my eyes get all wonky, my vision blurs. You know, that's again different for everybody. It's very frustrating to feel like I'm at 20% function, and also feel like, well, wow, if I could only get to like 40 or 50% function, like maybe then I could be participating in a way that I can work, like at least online or some way. And then I see some people with similar diagnosis, and they're like writing books and taking up new hobbies. Like everybody is different. Yeah. And thank you for watching and allowing me to create this bridge, and may we all be so super kind to each other on social media, in real life, like not knowing what is ever going on. I know that I am presenting in a way with my illness that is very non-functional, but there are lots of people who are what would be considered highly functional, so that they can work, but that's basically all they can do, and they're just managing symptoms besides that. And in some ways, that seems even tougher. You know, no, it's all has its own struggle, its own particular flavor, and its own medicine and initiation for each one of our hearts and souls. You know, and may we love each other up, just in our heartfelt sense of being human and human compassion. Thank you so much for watching, and being on this journey with me. And I'm with you. We're in this together. Blessings and